at some point, he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "You?" And he goes, "I'm all fucked up and I always will be."
That was relatable. Welcome to When Harry Dumps Sally. I'm Tess Menzies.
I'm Natasha Vinnick.
This is a podcast where we watch a rom-com. We discuss the main relationship in the rom-com, and we decide how long we think the couple is going to stay together after the credits roll.
Yeah, and who breaks up with who, if they do, and why do they do that to them, huh?
Yeah, and this week we watched Destination Wedding. This was a Patreon special request from Josh. Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you.
If you join our Patreon once a month, you get the opportunity to request a film for us to do and get a shout out.
Yeah.
So check that out. And Josh, thank you for requesting this movie.
It was so wacky.
It was so wacky. It was very funny at times. I'll do the log line and then we'll get into it. It's 2018. The story of two miserable and unpleasant wedding guests, Lindsay and Frank, who develop a mutual affection despite themselves.
True.
Yeah, very true.
Accurate log line.
They're just... My favorite thing about this movie that it did take me a second to catch on to is that nobody else speaks.
No one speaks.
No,
just the two.
They're the only two people who have any speaking the entire movie. There are no other, like even other characters. You never hear them talk.
Anything.
It is a really interesting, like, I don't know, choice just to show how narcissistic these two people are.
Yeah, just only them in the world.
They really don't consider
anyone
other
else.
people at all.
Shit.
And the fact that they find each other, I guess, or allow each other into their world is like shocking.
It is shocking. It really felt like a play.
Yes.
A lot of it, the way it was written.
Yes. It's a very dialogue heavy, as it obviously would be. There were some scenes that there were like no cuts. And I was like, this is very impressive. This is like heavy dialogue. And I'm sure like a lot of it is just sort of, I don't think improvised, but like not needing to be line perfect.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, this is
impressive.
Lot of dialogue
it really
to
is
have
like
no
a play.
cuts
it's so
at all.
Much just like ba, 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 ba.
Yeah. Both characters, awful.
Yeah, terrible.
The worst fucking people ever. I think that was also just like kind of fun to see because it's such a choice to be like, you're going to sit for an hour and a half hearing the two worst fucking people you've ever met talk to each other.
Yes, be so unpleasant to each other.
And it is awful, and it does make the movie truly unenjoyable at times.
It's grating, and it's especially unenjoyable, I think, because of the long cuts too. Like they're not even giving you a lot to like visually. They're just like sitting it with them.
Sit with them while they are just awful.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, from a filmmaking perspective, I was like, impressed in a way with this. I don't know.
The writer is the director.
Yes.
And I felt like they really are like, this is them and they suck.
Yeah, it's Victor Levin.
But it was actually, I don't know. It did feel like it was a relatively short movie. It did feel longer than it was because of all the things we just said, I think. But it was like a refreshing rom-com, you know, in a lot of ways.
It really subverts kind of, you're just like, these people are terrible.
Yeah,
they hate love. They hate each other.
They hate themselves and they hate everyone.
Yeah. It's really just like, there's
some very relatable things, to be honest.
Oh yeah, some
Extremely
of the things
relatable.
they say, I'm like,
yeah, you got me.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to say how long we think we got and then go through it?
It'd be hard not to call them Keanu and Winona the whole time.
Yeah,
it's Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder, by the way. I don't know if we said that or not.
Say that?
I'm not sure, but I'll just say it again.
2018, our main couple is Lindsay, Winona Ryder, and Frank Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, and their destination wedding. Okay.
Yeah.
What's her name again?
Lindsay.
Lindsay and Frank. Lindsay and Frank. Okay, how long do you think Lindsay and Frank are going to be together? Okay, give me a second. This is a tough one.
It is a hard one. I have an answer, but I'm very open to changing my mind. Ready?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, a week or forever?
There was a part of me that was like, maybe forever. They're like the two worst fucking people ever.
Like they can only tolerate each other, you know?
I really think that, okay, so the reason I decided, because then I also debated a week. But then I was like, okay, I think he's getting out of this. He does not want to be in a relationship.
No.
I don't think he really does. I know he shows up to her place in the end, but like, I don't know if he, like, I think he's I don't know if he's capable of having feelings.
I would mostly agree, except for that moment that we see where, like, she says she's going to go to the other room, and he's like, okay, but what if like, you can tell he's like, oh, wait.
He's like, no, I don't want
this.
you to leave. That's very true.
You know?
I do think the reason I extended longer than a month is mostly because of her. I think she was very, like, when he was like, he's the type of person to be like, I'm bad for you, I'm breaking up. And she will just be like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
That's stupid.
Like, every time he tries to be like, we're not good together.
Yeah.
Because towards the end, even though she hates everything, she's like, maybe we're meant to hate everything together forever. And he's like, no, that's stupid. And she's like, no. And so I think that will keep them going for a bit.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't see him as a relationship guy. I don't know how long this could like genuinely sustain.
You don't think this could be just like a weird boulder that they both like enjoy pushing enough for a long time?
Maybe we get 6 months. I just don't know if this can be. I don't know that he wants forever.
I don't think he does either, and he loves to do all of his analytical, love his fake shit. But I also feel like he could be getting a taste of the good feelings.
I agree. The other thing that I think is going to become an issue for them is that eventually, so this is their version of a honeymoon period. Is their version of a honeymoon period is we're fighting, we're arguing, we're bickering, we both hate everything. Honeymoon periods fade, and then you're doing day-to-day boring life. She's going to have to deal with him hacking up a goddamn log all the fucking time. She's going to get sick of him. He's going to get sick of her. Like, when you're in a long-term relationship, you get to a point where you're like, okay, we're comfortable with each other. I know all your annoying things.
Yeah.
You know all of my annoying things. And we agree that, like, we love each other, and I just like don't see them getting past that hump.
I think you're probably right. She did near the end seem to find the hawking thing he's doing like charming in the plane. But again, it is the honeymoon period. You're so right.
When you're in the honeymoon period, the obnoxious things people do, you're like, oh, that's kind of charming.
Yeah.
And then you've been with them for like 2 years and you're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Can you not
do that?
clear your throat in a normal fucking way? Jesus.
I think he has like a constant like inner ear itch is what it feels like, the way he's doing it.
Go see an ear, nose, and throat doctor, you fucking psycho.
Yeah. I completely agree.
I just think
it's
once
crazy.
Their version of a honeymoon phase goes away, I just really can't see them like transitioning into a comfortable long-term relationship where you are kind of like just so vulnerable and exposed.
Okay, I might squeeze down 1 to 3 months.
I'm willing to go over 1 month because I do agree it's kind of fun and interesting for them. Yeah,
it's a new thing.
I'm willing to go up to 6.
Okay, 6. I think at one point we should get coins where we like the each once a year.
Barter. I think that, I do think it'll be more than a week though. I think the fact that he came back to her shows that he is willing to kind of like give this a shot. Explore this.
It's really exciting for him, I think. You know, even though he likes to be like a curmudgeon and not mean it, you know, or pretend that he's a curmudgeon, you know. Anyway, okay, we start off.
We're seeing both of them alone in their apartments. He's doing his fucking ear hawking fucking hacking, God, disgusting thing while he watches some TV show.
Yeah.
And she's breathing on her plant, trying to keep it alive in a weird way.
Well, she knows, like plants, they breathe in the carbon dioxide. Is that what we breathe out? And I do think it's like kind of like a metaphor for like what she's willing to do with this relationship. She's like, I'll do like any weird little thing just to like keep this shit thing kind of barely moving,
Yeah.
Like, but I think it's very funny that she's doing this to every plant.
Yeah. She's aggressively breathing on it.
So funny.
But it is ultimately dying. Maybe, it's kind of a symbol of her hope. She's like, I believe life is pointless, but also.
But like, come on.
We could try to keep it alive.
Even though ultimately she is pro DNR for herself, right?
She's pro DNR and he is not, which is why I also think he is more textbook narcissist sociopath.
Yeah, he's like, fucking keep me alive no matter what.
Narcissists never want to die.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're both at the airport. They're waiting for a flight. They're going to San Luis Obispo for a destination wedding, for his brother's wedding.
Yes. Who's, I guess, his half brother.
He comes up to her, compliments her dress. She says she likes his jacket, and they kind of have this weird back and forth about hoping that the flight is on time.
She like starts telling some stats about how this airline's actually really good. Blah, blah, blah.
And then he stops talking to her and kind of like takes a step forward, and she's like, "Oh, you're trying to get on the plane before me. You did this whole little thing complimenting me just to try to get ahead of me on the plane." And he goes, "Untrue."
He's like, I took a step forward to avoid your vortex.
Yeah, to escape your horrible vortex.
It's crazy how awful they made Keanu.
They are both. I love Keanu Reeves, and I love when he plays a terrible person.
Yeah, it's so fun. It's so fun.
The airplane has 8 seats, which is... I was like, okay, here's the thing that never got answered. Where the fuck are they flying from? Where do these people live?
They're flying from San Luis Obispo to Paso Robles, is what I thought was happening.
No, they're flying to San Luis Obispo, and then they're taking a car.
Oh, they take the car to Paso Robles?
Yeah.
All right. I have no idea where they're flying. But I thought we saw that the airport in the thing was San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, it was saying going
there?
to.
Got it.
But yeah, it was unclear to me where they're flying from, because an 8-person plane, to me, that's like, oh, you're gotta be somewhat close or really rich.
Yeah.
And I guess they both appear to have money. They have like important jobs.
Yeah, it's true. They do.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter where they're flying from, but
I know.
I was curious the whole time.
I'm curious too, because it is weird, huh?
Yeah.
1 second. Let's just fucking...
Traveling from elsewhere is what this says. Maybe it's just meant to be vague.
It says the key airport scenes are filmed at the San Luis Obispo County Regional Airport. They're both traveling from California-based locations, including San Luis Obispo.
Yeah, maybe they just kept it purposefully vague.
Maybe. Or maybe they are flying from...
I feel like there was a specific line that was like, because she was like, oh, I'm going to a wedding. He says, why are you going to San Luis Obispo? He asks her that on the plane.
Yeah.
And she says, because I'm going to a wedding.
Yeah.
And then she's like, but it's actually in Paso Robles. And this is when they have the conversation about how it's actually pronounced. And he's like, oh, we're going to the same wedding.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just want to know where the fuck they're flying from, but we don't get to know.
We don't get to know that, which is kind of ridiculous. I feel like they should tell us that somewhere.
I feel like they should too, but it also feels like the type of movie that would just be like, that's not important and you don't get to know.
I want to know so bad.
I know, me too.
Okay, give us a little longer. We need to fucking figure this out. Okay, somewhere else says they're flying from LA to San Luis Obispo.
Okay. I don't think that the airplane really... The airport... it could be a different airport in LA. It wasn't LAX and it wasn't Burbank.
No.
It wasn't the 2 airports I know.
Yeah.
So, but LA would make sense.
Yeah, somewhere in.
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank God.
Thank God we figured that out.
That was important.
All right. Anyway, they have this whole fight then, and they're on this. He has also the most ridiculous language and dialogue that he uses. He's like, "You think I want to usurp your position on an aircraft with 8 seats?"
Yep. And everything she says is just like, she's like, "Oh, your kind of behavior same
You're like
line
a
as
politician.
politicians and terrorists.
Yeah.
It's wild.
You're everything wrong with the world. And then we get the title card, which is Destination Wedding, or a narcissist can't die because then the entire world would end.
They have fun with the like little title
Yeah.
cards. Yeah.
And okay, so we're in the back of the plane. They're in this weird like bench seat in the back, and they have to be right next to each other.
Of course.
They're eating their snacks that you get on the plane, which maybe look like a bag of nuts or some shit.
Yeah, and she can't open hers, and then
Because she's like, there's no notch, and he's like, there is a notch.
I'll do it, and he takes it and he can't do it, which I like love to see.
I
feel
love
like
to see a man telling a woman, here, let
you
me.
don't know what you're doing.
Whenever a man is like, let me just do that. You're like, oh, it's not opening. Oh, this isn't happening. They're like, let me do it. I love watching them fail at it.
Yeah, because it's like
I'm like, oh,
do you
it's
think?
almost like I was telling the truth.
Yeah,
There
I
was
thought I was
no.
lying.
He's like, I guess this notch is defective, and she's like,
That's so similar to what I said earlier.
wow, that's literally what I was saying.
Yeah, they find out they're both going to the same place, and it turns out she was engaged to the groom to be
Which
6 years ago.
All of this is so fucking crazy. She hasn't seen him in 6 years.
I don't know why he's invited.
Why
She's invited.
is she coming to this
Why
wedding?
is she invited to it? Number one.
Yeah.
Because apparently she sued the family too after their
Yeah.
engagement. And yeah, why is she agreeing
She
to go?
hasn't spoken to him since she sued him. The reason she's there makes no sense at all. He hates his brother, hasn't spoken to him. Like, that's the reason. He's never met her before. He's never met his brother's new wife.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak to his
Yeah,
brother, but
Frank
he
hates
was
his
like,
brother.
my mom said
gotta
I
do
should
it.
come.
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah, that makes plausible sense.
That makes plausible sense.
And I don't even blame her character for going to the wedding. I do not know why she was invited to
Exactly.
this wedding.
It makes
That's
no
crazy.
sense.
Yes.
If I were marrying someone and they're like, and I would like to invite my ex who I haven't spoken to in 6 years who sued me.
Yes.
I think it's good if they come.
I broke up with her 5 weeks before our wedding.
Yes, they were engaged and he dumped her 5 weeks before their wedding.
My God.
He had this line, I don't know, they're like landed and she says something like, I'm not going, they're finding out why they're going to Paso Robles, but he's like, it's Robles, not Robles. I don't know. She's like, I'm not going to be at any restaurants. And he's like, why? Because you're checking into a mental institution.
Such an asshole. Yeah. So they're going to the same wedding and they find out he's like the head of a marketing company that gives some awards. She's a big lawyer.
Yeah, he's head of, I wrote it down, JD Power and Associates. They like rate cars, maybe like the best cars.
Yeah.
I don't know. And she prosecutes companies that use hate speech. Basically, she does like. He's
like your lawyer for like the PC
you're
police.
the politically correct police.
Yeah.
You have a career in reverse fascism. She also said, she's like, I want closure. That's why I'm coming to the wedding. I'm like, you're going to get closure.
This is
at
the
this wedding?
craziest version of closure.
Crazy.
They're, of course, putting rooms right next to each other. She goes in hers, breathes on her plants.
Yeah.
They end up having adjoining rooms, and she opens the door into his room.
Yeah, because she thought it was a closet, but they have tandem rooms.
It's so silly.
And he's like, doing his gross hawking shit. And then there's a title card, Friday night fucking rehearsal dinner. We're at the fucking rehearsal dinner.
And it's just two of them at a table in the back. And she said what I was already thinking, which is like, are they getting set up?
Yeah. Is he trying to set us up?
He's like, no, they just have no idea what to do with us.
Yeah.
Like, we're just not really liked.
Yeah. I love being back table at a wedding, a big wedding. It's great when you look at a wedding, like what table you get put at, and you're like on the lowest tier. You're like, oh, nothing I do at this wedding matters. Nobody's paid attention to me.
I'm with the wacky
weirdies. I'm with the weird rejects table.
I fucking love
We're
it.
all making friends.
Weird,
we're gonna go hit up the open bar. And also I get to leave at any point and I don't have to say goodbye to a single person.
It's amazing.
No one's gonna be like, oh, where'd they go? Nope. You just get to dip once you've had enough.
Bye. I love it. I love a wacky wedding.
Yeah. So
She like sees her ex, who's the groom, for the first time, I guess, in all these years, and she's like in a lot of pain because he's like still good looking or whatever. And she's like, how can we be allowed to feel so much for people who don't feel anything for us? And then he kind of goes on this whole thing about how like, yeah, you gotta kind of be on defense forever with your feelings. Like,
she sees the bride also, and he calls her a tall glass of hemlock, which is very funny.
this script is just like so many kind of banger lines that it's hard to keep track, to be honest.
It's really hard. I was like, I didn't want to give up because there were like so many things that I was like, I was just like, fuck this. It's a very like quippy, fast. It really does feel like a farce. Yeah. Like it would work very well on stage.
Oh, so well. Absolutely. You know?
Okay. So
there's a bunch of stuff with kind of his family that's complex.
His dad left his mom for an older woman, and she's like, leaving for an older woman is perverse. She's like, leaving for a younger woman is the least he could do.
It's so funny. It's so funny because it was like, you'd be like, well, whatever.
You're like, younger. Classic. That is very true. If a man leaves you for a younger woman, you get to be like, you're disgusting.
That's right. Gross man.
You're a gross man. He leaves you for an older woman. You're like, wow, I guess you hated me.
Wow.
I guess I was bad.
My personality.
It's my personality. So it's not that I'm aging. It's that I suck.
That you hate what I say and do.
Yikes.
Yeah, hurtful.
Then he like talks about how much he hates his dad, and he talks about his dad shot him because he was the embodiment of all his bad choices. Is this his like birth dad?
This is like really complicated family stuff, but I think that's his birth dad. He's a maternal half brother with the groom, so they have the same
mom.
Yeah.
But his dad shot him.
Yep.
And broke his bones.
He broke his dad's like orbital
bone. He jumped out of a window, and he was begging him to kill him, but he said no because he deserved to survive or something.
Yeah, rough stuff.
Yeah, he's like saying all this like real fucked up stuff, and then she's just like, you can't call a 78-year-old woman a girlfriend.
I loved it. At some point, I think he's like, are you okay? And she's like, you? And he goes, I'm all fucked up and I always will be. That's great.
It was relatable.
So relatable. It's hotel room time.
Yeah, they both go back to their rooms. He's watching TV and just being fucking gross. He shuts off his TV, and then he realizes she was watching the same thing next door.
They both get like close to the doors.
They both want to knock.
And
then it's the next day. A bunch of stupid shit you would otherwise never do activities.
Yeah, Saturday morning activities. Yep. And so they're getting foot massages.
Yeah. Is it pedicures or is it just foot massages?
I don't really know. That's all I've heard.
He doesn't want to do it, but it's a $30 value.
Yeah.
So he's not going to say no. Thing. And she's like, you're cheap. I'm worse. I love free shit.
I hoard it.
I hoard free things, which is partially relatable, but also, I don't know.
Yeah.
But free stuff is great.
Free stuff's good.
Free stuff's good.
No notes.
This was one of the first scenes that I was like, this is very impressive. They hold this shot for a very long time. They start, going back and forth. He's like, why are you here? She says, you don't stop loving a person just because they injure you. She's like, love has nothing to do with like, and he says healthy people would disagree.
And she said, healthy people are sick. Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
they are.
Healthy people are sick.
It's fucked up.
When you meet a person who is like mentally just so healthy, especially today,
mentally healthy today in this environment,
2026,
what's wrong with you?
If you are 100%, you have no like neurodivergence, no mental illness, no like depression, anxiety, no anything.
Like, are you a goddamn sociopath?
What's
like,
going
what's
on
happening there
with you? Those people, I don't know. I don't think a lot of them exist, honestly. When people talk about like neurodivergents, neurotypicals, I'm like, who's neurotypical?
I don't know.
Where the fuck are these people? I've never met them.
Can't
and maybe
imagine.
they just
I
they're
think that
somewhere else.
Yeah, I think we might be surrounded by like attracts like, you know.
Yeah.
And he's opted out of love and romance.
Mm-hmm.
Period. That's not his thing. And she's been in love once, and he never has.
Yes. He asked her what it's like, and then they go to a winery.
They both hate on destination weddings. I went on the record. I love a destination wedding.
I love a destination
what
wedding.
What a good time.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love a excuse to travel.
Little weird chick vacation.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Invite
Things
me
are
to your
planned for me.
Yes.
I love not planning anything.
It's a great time.
And it feels like a little bit like summer campy. You don't often get to have like an event followed by event with like a group of people for like a couple days.
Yes.
And that's kind of fun.
I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
I am on board.
Invite
but these
us.
are the most miserable people
I
ever.
know.
But yeah, if you have a destination wedding, I'm on board. Obviously, like
Yes.
I'm sure some people go over the top, but this isn't over the top. This is Paso Robles.
I
Like
don't know what we're talking
whatever.
about. Yeah.
That's a very easy destination wedding. I
Yeah.
could see if somebody was like, oh, it's going to be on the other side of the world.
Sure.
And you have to do an expensive flight. But then it's
No.
like, okay, I just can't go.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't like fun things.
No, they hate fun. They're at a winery. How does anyone drink wine at 11 a.m.? Easily.
With their mouth? What are we- Come on.
Easily. Wine tasting should start at 11 a.m.
Yeah, and with your moods, you're not going to be drinking? Bullshit. They hate everything.
They hate everything.
Yeah.
And then they're talking shit about destination weddings. And he's like, a destination wedding is presumptuous. Please drag your carcass thousands of miles to celebrate us. And I love drag. I really just want to drag your carcass is so funny. I want to use that to describe like, oh, I have to drag my carcass to work. I have to drag my carcass.
I love it. I love it. We're going to start using it.
Yeah, it's so good.
He doesn't want to be with anyone. He doesn't believe in love because he saw his parents' stuff fail so hard.
He's evolved.
Yeah. And he says that being heartbroken is pointless because if it ended up with a person, you'd be miserable anyway. So it's like the same.
Yeah. She's like, don't you believe there's someone for everyone? He says, I believe there's nobody for everyone.
Like everything he says has to be a shirt.
It's
a shirt or a tea towel or
fucking
something.
crazy.
It's really good.
Then we're at some like bizarre bubble sport game where people are running around with bubbles over their
big
head.
Bubble. Yeah, I don't get it. It's very fun to watch happening.
I kind of remember this game being popular around like 2018. I feel like I remember people who worked at startups around this time. Like it was like a weird team building event that lots of people did. And it was kind of like maybe dodgeball-esque, but you like run into each other with your, I don't
with
even
your
fucking
big
know.
balloon outfits.
I've never played it, but I feel like it feels very of this time.
It's fun to watch them both in these kind of like huge bubbles just being pissed off next to each other with other people are playing nearby.
Yeah, other people are having fun. And she says, don't you think it's a crutch blaming your mother and father for everything?
He's like, crutches are pretty useful when you're healing from bones. And I'm like, he's right. No one talks about that.
He's right, and it's actually fine.
Yeah, actually, my crutches
actually
are good.
okay. It's actually not a problem.
My bones are just healing for decades.
I like if he's like, if the parent-child bond is diseased, you have a better chance of being a sociopath than well-adjusted. And I'm like, you are a sociopath. This man is a sociopath. The fact that he's not murdered someone is impressive, which he does say later.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not convinced that you haven't. No. But I don't think he cares enough to kill someone.
He doesn't.
And he has like he's just like a narcissist. He's like, I wouldn't want to spend my life in jail, so I won't. And this is why they're not going to last forever, because he will at some point be like, I've had enough.
Yeah, this is like jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saturday evening.
Yeah, next day, just
wedding.
what the world needs, another goddamn sunset wedding.
I love it. They have to walk up a thing, but it's 90 feet.
And she doesn't want to walk in her heels. And she asks him to carry her like through the vineyard to get to
like up to the place. And first off, I'm like, there are a lot of old people there. How the hell did they get through this?
I think she just doesn't want to get her shoes dirty.
but all these old people, like it's
Oh yeah,
uphill.
well it's crazy also that you're walking through like the dirt. I'm like, there's no
very
paths. Anyway, so she's like, you have to carry me.
And he like has a hard time.
He's like, you're deceptively heavy or something.
He said you have a high specific gravity.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And then he starts walking and she goes, this is the slowest I've ever been carried.
So good.
Such a good line.
This is the slowest anyone's ever carried me. Like, I love them also because like they don't get offended by the other one
not really.
saying shitty things about them.
Both
They
of them are
just
too
quit.
like obsessed with themselves that they're like, whatever, here's my next one.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you think I'm heavy? Well, you fucking suck at carrying me. You're really slow.
Which is why they could handle a long time together.
I think that this is their version of a honeymoon period and it will be fun for them.
Yeah.
They go to the wedding. They're sitting in the back complaining about everyone at the wedding.
Yeah.
I do love complaining. I love being with my partner and sitting
like,
somewhere and shitting
bad.
on everyone.
Yeah, that's
it
kind
is
of what love
such a
is.
fun time to be with somebody who you can just look at everyone and be like, look at that fucking
look at that
loser
one.
over there. What the
Please.
fuck is
Wow.
going on?
Yes.
I can't believe these people.
I just think that could get them a long way.
I think it can get them a long way.
Yeah.
I just don't think it can get them forever.
That's fair.
Can't
Believe I'm pushing for forever for this couple.
I just really think they're too practical.
Yeah.
Once the honeymoon phase is over, they are not going to last.
Yeah.
But I agree. I'm
down
6.
for 6 months. Yeah.
They're just talking shit. And then we go to the reception. Whatever song they're dancing to, she's like, I used to love this song. He's like, well, do you want to dance? And she's like, no. Do you want to dance? And he's like, no, of course not. I hate dancing. It's moronic. Neither of us wants to fucking dance.
Fine. It's so silly. And yeah, the marriage couple, bride and groom, they're doing like a weird amount of making out on the dance floor. I like that. And then they decide to go on a walk. They leave Frank and Lindsay because they're fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
And so they're walking through the countryside.
She's like, I was diagnosed with PTSD after Keith. And he's like, you have rich people PTSD. Well, you don't have real PTSD. And then both of them at some point are just like, I never said I wasn't a tone deaf narcissist. Like, they're both like, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
I know.
You know.
They're like, it would be so much better if we had real pain. Although he has serious trauma.
Yeah, but he's so fucking...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the way they are in the world and can only hear each other and can't hear anyone else, it's kind of like dead sinners. It's kind of like both of us roaming this earth, just us.
They're going to get sick of each other.
Okay, 6 months.
The honeymoon phase does not last forever. I agree they will last. I agree it is fun for them.
Okay.
But when they get past this, they're not handling. They're too...
I guess I don't believe they've hit their honeymoon period yet.
You think what? They're going to suddenly be happy?
No, but I think they're going to get happier. I guess to me, we didn't see people who were like, ooh, this is the beginning of love. We saw people who were like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then near the end, they're like, huh. And I feel like there's more of that huh to happen before it settles back down. I don't think we're in the honeymoon. I think we're like in the beginning of like the stuff.
No, and I think that it will. I agree that a month was too short. I don't know why you are either.
So weird.
I agree that 1 month is too short.
Yeah.
And I think that they will get 6 months. I might even give them a year.
Well, you don't have to do that yet. That's
but
right.
I think that I just really don't think that they're going to make it into normal, stable relationship mode. That is not for them.
Yeah.
It's definitely not for him. It might be for her. I think she's capable of it because she was in a long-term relationship where she almost got married.
Yeah.
I don't think he's capable of it. He's too logical. That would be so annoying.
Yeah. I guess like I don't think of him as logical. Like I get that he's like analytical, but like
analytical, yes.
It feels like he's kind of like going off of something different than just like
you're right. Logical is the wrong word.
Yeah,
analytical.
He's just like fucking annoying about shit.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think something's opening. Okay, here's what's hard about this film.
I think that this is the type of relationship you want to be in.
So it is not the type of relationship I want to be in. But like when we see them later, like in the bedroom or whatever, and like she's like opening him up, I'm like, oh, this is the shit I like used to love to do when I was young, is like take a fucking guy and like crack him open and like warm him up and whatever, you know. And
are you still with them?
No, of course not, because I grew up. You know. Anyway, so
but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not saying it's right. So they walk into a creature.
It's a mountain lion.
It's a mountain lion?
And he keeps being like, she's like, what is it? He's like, it's a mountain lion. She keeps calling it various big cats. And
Jaguar,
he's like,
panther,
it's a mountain lion.
Lynx.
But I really like this.
They have a whole
She's
argument.
like, what is it? He says, a mountain lion? Maybe a jaguar. I don't know. I'm not a zookeeper.
And then they keep arguing over like who's gonna run
and who's gonna fight it. Yeah, you run. I'll stay here and fight.
No.
And he starts doing his weird hacking at the mountain lion, and it's like, okay, that's disgusting. Yeah. I'm going to go.
It's like yucky,
gross. And it was a mountain lion. That would be scary, but not for these two maniacs.
Well, they were scared in their own fucked up way.
Yeah, and then they keep like walking and debating this, but she just keeps saying that it's all these different cats.
Yeah.
And then I love later on in the movie, at some point she calls it a mountain lion. He's like, oh, so you agree it was a mountain lion? They're walking. They fall down some hill.
Yeah, they fall. They run. They're running from still, and they fall down a hill, and then they're like on each other, and she's like, "Why did you save me?" And he's like, "Well, I saved us."
Yeah, he's like, "I didn't save you."
And then she's like, "Are you secretly noble?"
He's like, "No." And she says, "Thank you." And they start kissing. She goes, "What the fuck, Frank?"
Yeah.
And then they go back to making out.
And then she got angry again. And then she went towards him to make out. And then he gets...
They just keep making out and yelling at each other.
Like it's an attack that they're being made out with.
Yeah. And then he's like, kissing makes me think about how long I've gone without it, which makes me want to kill myself.
Before that, he says, it's very difficult for me to give myself over to any positive activity. I love it. Yeah.
I haven't felt pleasure since 2006.
She says, I feel the absence of pain sometimes, which almost feels like pleasure. Sorry, this movie was too relatable.
I think that's why you want it to be forever.
Oh, come on,
guys. We deserve love.
Oh, yeah. He does say a little bit earlier that like even if this all goes well and it doesn't suck, then there's so much pressure, you know. Which, I could see him getting out of too.
He's like, I don't have protection. She says, why would you?
She says, don't worry, my womb is hostile.
Yeah, what if you get pregnant? And she's like, well, how much worse could it get?
And so they have sex.
And while they have sex, they just fight with each other the whole time.
Funny. It is the least sexy sex scene and lead up I've ever seen.
At some point, he's like, crabs. And she's like, you have crabs? And he's like, points. And she's like, those aren't crabs. Those are tarantulas.
And he's asking her how this sex is like, how is this? And she's like, familiar. And she's like, are you diseased? And like, of course not. And he's like, okay, let's get this over with. And then he's talking to her about his mom's advice to him for sex. And it was to always use 2 condoms when you have sex while he's like fucking her. And her takeaway was like, oh, your mother cooked? And then he's like, do you want a boy or a girl? Because the way to get a boy is to shout, oh boy, during the climax. And she says, you look like you're going to throw. I don't know how they keep having sex through this.
They're just like still doing it while they have this fucking fight.
It's crazy.
And then finally, she screams no instead of yes. And so he's like, what do you want me to stop? She's like, no, I'm just a very negative person. So she was like coming and screaming no.
And then at the end she says, oh boy.
Yeah.
And then she, whatever comes and he keeps going and immediately she's like, okay, anytime, pal.
Yeah. She's like, if you could finish it the fuck up. And she calls the grass kelp. She's like, there's kelp in my vagina. He's like, we're in grass.
She's like, well, you talked about the crabs. It's ridiculous.
It was so funny.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're made for each other.
Yeah. that doesn't mean it's gonna last.
It's true. It's true.
They're showering together, you know, and then they're sitting at his mini bar, like opening the wine and stuff. She wants to eat chocolate. She's like, I'm not going to drink without eating. Alcoholics do that.
And then like she kind of asks him what he likes about her, and they both give each other these very like analytical.
Yeah, he's like, you're physically appealing, your facial features subscribe to the golden ratio. He describes her as having the folds of Aphrodite,
Which is a thing he made up about cheeks or something.
He's like, I coined it.
And she tells him, like, they just both are very analytical. And at some point, she tells him he has a good dick.
Yeah, she says, you have a beautiful penis. It's straight, and you would not believe what a problem that is. Like, how many don't have straight dicks? And she says, it's not so big, it's a cause for concern, which...
It's been a concern in the past.
It is a concern.
Nobody talks about it enough.
Men are like real worried about dick size. That's a you guys thing.
The concern can be too big.
Too big is
the
way
concern.
scarier. If I had to pick between too small and too big, too small wins. Any day. There are so many things that we can use to change it up, switch it up, work with that.
Yeah.
Too big, that's just not going near me.
You're just like knocking on a door.
Yeah, like, sorry, it's not opening up. That key, it doesn't fit in the hole. So nothing's happening.
Yeah. And then they're kind of like talking about the whole like do not resuscitate and how he wants to live forever for a while. And
she asked him to do the groove chew with his food.
Something she coined.
And then she's like, I coined that. Oh, he also says, when I think about what people look like when they kiss or have sex, I want to vomit.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, they're watching some doctor show, yelling at them for having sex instead of saving their
lives. True.
Yeah, and this is why they're talking about DNR.
And they're talking about like kind of that they're not gonna. He's like, by the way, we're not gonna continue. Like, what's going on here?
And she's annoyed by this. She's like, I finally have closure. This is fun. Let's keep doing it. Like, she's just like, no, this is good. We're going to keep doing it. I think that he leaves her.
Yeah, for sure.
Because she's going to be like, no, this is fun. Let's keep doing it. And she will not even fight for it. It's more just being like demanding.
Yes.
She's like, no.
No.
And eventually he's going to say, actually, I've had enough. And I am leaving.
For real.
For real.
Yeah.
But... they're talking about stuff about how he drops trash on the ground. I don't know.
Yeah, they like talk about like permanence and its delusion. It's kind of like this whole like kind of fight about. And then she's like, well, if it's going to end, like, I'm going to go. And he's like, fine, I'll keep my mind open to the possibility of keeping my mind open to the possibility, blah, blah, blah. And then they kind of, both.
She comes back to bed with him.
Yeah.
And they hold hands, watch TV, fall asleep. He's snoring in the most fucking insane way.
So I've had partners mimic to me the way I snore, and it is exactly how he snores, which is why I was dying when he started doing it.
I think that this is how I This movie's about you. You're a combination of both of them.
I am. I really am.
I'm so sorry, and I think you deserve love.
Thank you so much.
Just not with one of them.
No, not at all. Yeah, it's a snore that has no nose involved, and I'll just like...
Yeah, but you can't really breathe through your nose.
Yeah, neither can he. I get it. No.
He needs to see a doctor.
Yeah, I've seen many.
And you've seen many, so...
They're all just fucking each other, I guess.
That's why.
Yeah, and... Yeah, I don't know. The next morning's kind of weird, and
so they both slept horribly.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Can we still hang out at the farewell brunch?" And she's like, "Who else would I hang out with?"
And then eventually they kind of bail. They are at the farewell, but bail as soon as they can, basically. And
they're complaining about San Luis Obispo. This is when they're like driving through the city to get to the airport, and he's like, "What happened to the city planning here? Did they just give up?"
I will say Paso Robles, very cute, but what's very funny, we saw one of the signs. Their signs there look like old-timey castle-y. Did you see that one? That's actually how they are all over Paso Robles, and it's so cute and weird.
I love Paso Robles. I love San Luis Obispo. Yeah, it's great.
They're all doing fun stuff over there. But
I was really hoping when they were flying, when I saw on the flight thing that the flight was going to San Luis Obispo, I was like, oh, I hope this wedding is at the Madonna Inn.
Have you been to Destination at Madonna Inn? I have. It's very good.
I've been to the Madonna Inn, but I haven't been to a wedding
I went to a wedding there and it was great.
It seems like a great place to have a wedding. And I was very excited thinking that was maybe
going to be it. Oh, that would have been so fun.
That would be like one of my top wedding locations that I would want.
That.
Would be.
I'll go.
That would be one of them.
I'll go.
That pink champagne cake, so good.
I don't remember it, but it was a good wedding.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, cute place, but he thinks that the city planners gave up.
Yeah.
So
and they're kind of like in the plane
flight. She's drinking this like little mini bottle of wine, and
she's
he's
like, "Why do we live, Frank?"
Yeah.
Fucking laughing.
Why are we doing this? No, actually, I feel like I could also. She does remind me of you. She's like, what if we're falling in love? I was like, this is 1,000% a conversation you've had with somebody. What if we're falling in love right now?
Really? Yeah. And she's like, what if even we aren't immune to love?
And he's like, no.
Wine the whole time.
He's pissed about the screw top. He's like, that's stupid. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I also don't like corks, though, to be clear.
I like nothing. She's like, don't you believe love's good? I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, whatever. And he's like, no, I'm very comfortable in my warm blanket of shit.
Yeah.
And he spills wine on himself.
Yeah. And she's like, you're going to wish that you embrace this miracle when you leave.
And I think she could have cast a spell on that moment, potentially.
Yeah, she might have. A curse. A tall glass of hemlock.
And when they get off the plane, she says, how are your parents, John Wayne Bobbitt, which is the guy whose dick got cut off by a woman, because there's like red stuff all over his pants.
That's very funny.
It is very good, yeah.
And they agree. She's like, we're not going to exchange contact information. She leaves in a taxi, but she gives her address to the driver.
Yeah.
And he is like,
don't do that.
Why'd you do that?
She says, why don't we meet 7 years ago? And he goes, lucky, I guess.
And she flips him off as the taxi's driving off. He goes back home. He's sitting in bed, hacking, and then just kind of is like, shows up.
She's breathing through her plants again.
Breathing at her plant.
He shows up at her door.
He's hawking outside, and she lets him.
She's like, oh, I hear that beautiful voice.
I hear the beautiful sound of my love.
My beautiful baby.
My beautiful baby calling for me. All right, it's forever. Yeah. No, I'm not going for forever.
I got so excited.
I just really don't think that he's tolerating a person for forever.
Wow, I can't believe I want to fight for this. This is crazy.
I think it's crazy that you want to fight for this. We're allowed to not have the same answer, and you believe it's forever, and that's great. And I think you're crazy.
We know that. Not news.
I just really don't think that I don't think they have it in them to last long term, to work through conflict, to work through the things that inevitably happen throughout life.
I guess I really think there's a world where this is like gonna be really exciting for him and new for him and a whole beautiful world.
I understand why you think that. I get what you're thinking here.
Yeah, okay.
I just really think that I can change him.
I don't think I could change him. I think he will find like, oh, yummy, I love love. Mm-hmm. He never had love. He's never been in love.
Sure.
First love is cool.
Who says he's ever going to be in love?
You don't think he's going to be in love with her?
No, I don't think he's capable of experiencing love.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think he's legitimately a sociopath.
I know. Okay, 6 months.
These 6 months.
6 months.
Maybe a year, but I don't know. I don't think that he has feelings like that. I'm sorry.
It's okay. This is so sad.
Sometimes we learn things about ourselves.
I know, it really hurts. I'm also PMSing. None of it's good. All right. This is good.
This has been When Harry Dumped Sally. Josh, thank you so much for the recommendation. We have a Patreon. Go check it out. Request more movies for us.
And we have new episodes every Tuesday.
See you next week. Bye.